Beautiful day today. It was actually a little, what shall I say? uh, Running behind this morning, definitely. So I just sort of took my time. But it's been a beautiful morning so far, so I'm just running behind. Running behind as usual, but it's been a good morning so far. A beautiful morning, a beautiful day to actually run. And I'm just taking my time. It's a little I won't say it's cold, but a beautiful weather to actually come out and run. You did not want to miss this type of running weather. So I'm almost done. So I'm actually in my, what do you call this? My subdivision. And I'm taking between a stroll and almost just finished this beautiful run. So this morning, I don't even know what's on my mind. I'm probably just really at peace this morning. As always, anyway, I'm always at peace. So that I can't deny, I'm always at peace. So yes, I'm just at a rest place this morning where I'm just, I wouldn't say feeling tired, but I am just I'm really dragging my feet. So once this is over, I'm gonna take a big rest, and I'll be ready again for tomorrow. So what are my emotions this morning? It's so funny because days like this is when I really get into my meditation. I literally just stay focused, and I'm literally in the moment. When I get tired, I like it. Good morning. I like it when I get tired because I am just in the moment. I cannot run fast, but it's when I truly get to use my mind a lot. So like right now, I just let gravity pull me. I just let gravity pull me, and I just I run behind gravity. Just let it pull me. So everything that I do right now is just based on gravity. I am just letting this thing called life just pull me. So I'm just sort of just tagging everyone as I speak, while I also think about what I'm actually thinking about in the moment. But today it's just all about being in that moment. I'm just in that space. I actually had a shift in my back today. Listen to all these birds crying. So this is my subdivision right here. I had a shift in my back today. It was absolutely amazing. I can't believe it. I just hear that pop. It sounds very painful. It sounds, I felt it too. It sounds painful, but I know that my body is just healing itself. But I felt it. I really felt that pop early this morning. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. But it's just amazing how our back can go to sleep and it begins to enlighten himself back to where he once supposed to be. So that's my experience this morning, and I truly embrace it. Yes, I did. I truly embrace it. So I had that pop, and all I just been doing is a lot of yoga. But the yoga is almost like a push-up. So every push-up that I do is when I get into a yoga pose. I do push-ups, I get tired, I stretch. I remember when I cannot do 2 push-ups. Because to do those 2 push-ups on the yoga mat, very slow, it can be difficult. So there was a time I couldn't even do 2. 2 was a lot of work, shall I say. But now I've taken it to like 15, so I said, okay, I'm taking it to all the way to 50, then eventually 100. But I know, because I've really kept at it consistently. That's the whole thing about doing push-ups during your yoga section. When you do it every day consistently, what it does over the years, you build all that type of muscles, and all your body begin to straight up. Your lower back, you can literally heal a lower back injury, but you got to push yourself. That's one thing about the spine. You cannot cheat. You have to be extremely disciplined to heal your lower back. I was at one of my favorite places at a chiropractor, and one of the great philosophers also, the Hippocrates, or I can't even remember his name. One of those philosophers. How do I pronounce it? I can say it in my subconscious mind, but I can't say it out. And the whole idea is, when the body is healed, to find out what's wrong with the body, look to the spine. And it is really true, because I do a lot of spinal exercises every single day during the yoga session. And it's almost like my body is 2 people in its own, because there's the one that we abuse, that we know. Give it a chocolate, give it this, and we just give it everything and put everything in it. But there's also that one that gravity pulls, that you begin to experience that one when you begin to practice your meditation. Because during meditation and sitting down and let gravity pull you, even though where it's pulling you into the pain that you have in your lower back, it is just how the body heals itself. So, and in a sense, nothing is really bad for the body. It's just that in moderation, because of the amount of calories or the amount of mileage that I've done, I have to eat a lot. Not eat a lot, but yes, I do love my sugar now, because sugar is very important. Yeah, that's the glucose right there. So it's really funny how when we over engage in something, we make it sound like it's bad, because nature doesn't produce anything that isn't good for us. The only time it's bad is when we overindulge, shall I say. So a lot of time, most of the time, we overdo these things. We overeat, oversleep. It's almost like everything that we do is pleasure. And that's why I like these long distance things. This, like today, literally, I'm just leaning forward. So it's one of those days where I truly get to see what my body can do. Like I will have this type of day, maybe like once every 10 days, where I'm just like, wow, I'm just moving like a snail. And that's the part that I enjoy the most, because running like 18 or 20 something miles and jogging it and not feeling it, I get bored. But today, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm human after all. So, and that's just the thing about that self-control, mind discipline. And it looks really nice in the movie when they're talking about how somebody healed themselves. Yeah, those things is possible. This body of ours is magical. I stay so high every day, because I cannot even believe the functionality, how everything is connected to the brain, how the body is just like nature itself. It's just really amazing what this thing can do, and the consistency paid off, getting up every morning, doing push-ups, stretching the body, doing push-ups, coming out, running slow, just pushing that body. And a lot of time it's almost like it becomes the word faith. I begin to understand a lot of scriptures to an extent, because most of the scriptural writing, even though some of the stories sound mythologies, was interpreted in a mythology way, when you truly take the time and decided to interpret it the way you see fit, most of the time what those stories are really talking about are the human body, how it stands straight and all those type of things. And I guess that's the reason why we all have different stories, and different cultures have different storytelling. So it's kind of just like a balance of what really existed, what is really going on. But in our se obligata, we know in existence something transpired. And I think when you begin to think that way, you see things not just from your own point of view, but also from others. So this thing called jogging can bring a lot of debating literature context into one's brain, and you smile a lot. You're not so much in a hurry to do things, because this type of things, they are not done in a hurry. It's really funny when you look at the yogis, the real yogis, they would do a lot of push-ups and a lot of stretching, and they would breathe into their body very slowly. And I think those things are so important, because every time we get used to breathing and twisting into our body very slowly with the top of our lungs, just breathing into that body, and you will be really amazed how everything just becomes meditative. So when you're walking or jogging, your posture, you get the whole ground. You could actually feel the ground, because most of us, when we step on this feet, on this ground, we don't really feel anything, because we are just moving unconsciously. It's almost like most people, you walk on this ground, you don't even know the ground existed. We do not even pay attention to the ground, what language it speaks. So all those kind of things is all like in a spiritual metaphysics form. I think everything around us is metaphysics. I think everything around me is a miracle. And that's just those are the things that I'll be just coming in my head. Like sometimes when I begin to think like this, even though I said, yeah, I'm going to take it easy today, I still have the strength in me to run another 30 miles. That is just the most funniest thing. Right now as I speak, I can still decide to go another 30 miles before I decided to stop. But the thing is, yeah, it's the weekdays. So it's all those type of things right there, because you get the strength, because there's a certain movement and there's a certain way that one breathes into the body that correlates, shall I say, collaborate to our thought process. I question how we have taken common sense out of spirituality. I was talking to a young mother, beautiful young lady, the other day, and I like to question every ideology that was presented to me. I love the stories, but I also question and use my common sense. So what I realized, See, I'm getting into a busy intersection right now, so I'm just, this is what I just feel like, just car watching. So what I realize, hopefully the cars won't be making that much noise to where I can still be heard. So as I begin to conversate with her, I begin to question certain things about the word faith, because the word faith, to have faith sometimes requires your body to be in a certain shape. Yes, and I'm just saying that with a front face. Sometimes the word faith requires your body to be in a certain stage mentally, and certain food cannot be put in your body in order for one to truly practice what the word faith is, or understand what the word faith actually means. So, because if your body is under stress and you are talking about you have faith, I truly I get to stop here for all the cars. I truly don't think that's very appropriate. So, and these are the things that I love, because my experience with cars, as you can see, I like watching them. They are the king of the roads. I've learned my lesson. I'm a good citizen when it comes to crossing the road. Instead of jaywalking, now I can't walk. And the K-walk requires you to look at all directions. Let the car be in charge. And of course, that just comes from experience, because yes, no amount of money can really bring your health back to you. So now I K-walk, I'm not jaywalking, I K. As you can see, I'm using the other word. So I let the cars do their things. I'm very attentive. I look around. I ask them, can I go, please? I pay really a good attention. And those type of things will teach you a lesson. And as I begin to, let me jump back to that later. As I begin to conversate, and I was talking about certain things, about how I think most of my friends that claim to be religious, most of the time are really afraid to live life, because they claim it but they're not religious. So, and the whole thing was this beautiful lady with that child began to tell me, no, don't blame the Bible. And I said, that's not the issue. We're just having a conversation. And what really cracks me up, that even though she was preaching to me that I need to give my life to this, and I'm just like, I truly find that peace. I really get where you're coming from. I've walked away from material things. So those things doesn't even faze me. So during that time, but I always pay attention, because in my spirit, I can feel that something ain't right. So by the time I realized it, we begin to talk about ourselves. And I was being told, how she lost her father. And she's mad at him because he left. So I started laughing, because I was saying, anytime, look at this beautiful nose right here. I gotta get past this car wash. Hopefully people can hear me. I gotta finish this story. Look at these beautiful flowers. Look at these beautiful flowers. These beautiful flowers. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, like I was saying, so I told her that anytime people come up with all these excuses that, yeah, I don't like my mom, I don't like my dad, they were not there for me. The only reason why you are doing that is because you have yet to find anything wrong with you. Because it's very easy to blame your parents, but what most people don't realize, your parents were the same age you were when they conceived you. So when your parents were 25 sometimes, or in their 30s, which most people are, that will claim they don't speak to their mom, my dad wasn't there. Your parents were doing the same, you were doing the same thing that your parents did. So for me, the moment I realized I probably did worse than my father, I have no anger against him. I was able to reconciliate or recognize his absence, and we moved on because I realized, wow, if I'm standing down here blaming my father because of what people say, and in reality, I myself, I did the same thing. I played hard too, because I wasn't always the type of guy that meditates and do all that. I played hard. So who am I to say, yeah, my parents weren't there for me, or because your mother tells you some story about your father and you decided, oh yeah, I'm not speaking to my father, he was not there. And I really hear that a lot from people, and it's just like, it is just impossible. The only way most of us can say that if you were truly perfect yourself. So, and it's very common in our, especially our culture here, I don't speak to my dad. Oh, I don't speak to you. I don't care who you are. Yeah, to me, I look at the first true God is your mom and dad. Forget about what religion taught you. The first people that created you. And that's why I stick to my Yoruba tradition on that note, because when I begin to go deep into my Yoruba culture, my Ifa tradition, getting upset, who am I to get upset with my father no matter what he did? Because you have to forgive, and that's where the word forgiveness comes into play. Forgiveness is very powerful. I hear all these angers, but if you do not learn how to forgive, you will never move on. Period. You could, and I was just looking at the young lady, and I told her, and I was just like, it's really funny how she had a lot of passion about her faith, Christ. You cannot say nothing about it, but yet she is walking around so angry with the man who's passed away. I had that same conversation with my father one time, because my parents are unique. When my mother tells you what my father did, you better grab your bullet. You gotta go shoot that guy. And when my father tells his story, oh Lord of mercy. I love my parents, they're unique. And at the time when I was younger, I didn't really see to it. So after my mother passed, and this is how sometimes we don't realize that we do things. After my mother passed, it's been almost 20 years. And my father still brings it up. I have to tell him, dude, she's gone. And I think a lot of people do that. We never take a look. And that's why I don't blame anything on anyone anymore. I don't blame. That's why I truly enjoy my whole life the way it is. I mean, I get people lecturing me all the time, because I look at it, I was like, yeah, I already look in the mirror. You don't have to tell me, I know what I did wrong. So it's okay, I forgive myself. So all that thing about, what do you have in the future? What are you going to do with yourself? I just look at it, just doesn't matter to me. Because for me, the future is now. That's the way I look at it. And those are the things that I just think about. And like today, that's what's on my mind. And I just put it out there. So when I hear, oh, I can't forgive my father. Oh, but Christ loves you. I'm like, dude, get real. And I see that a lot. And the conversation with me and this beautiful lady, and because all I have to say is, if you don't forgive your father, you are doing the exact thing that he's doing. And of course, she looked at me and she said, yeah, thank you. Then now she's going to practice what she preaches. I said, good. And that's the conversation. And I see a lot of religious people do that. When something is battling you, learn how to be honest. Pick up your book, your scriptures, and read it. Most people never even read their religious book, but they will preach it to you. Pick up that book and read it. Instead of sitting in the pub after work, read your scriptures every day for at least 2 hours. You will get through that book in 6 to 7 months. Forget watching TV. Just read your Bible, your Quran every day. Because everybody thinks, as long as you're African looking, they don't have to read the book, but they can preach it to you. And to some of us, I just don't get it. I can literally say, out of everybody that's preached to me, I have never met one of them that tell me to read their book. None whatsoever. And that really just cracks me up. And I just think sometimes it is all coming from that ego mindset. So yesterday, this beautiful day, I'm getting into intersection right now. I got the last couple of miles before I just turn around. Instead of me going home, run through the subdivision, because I know I got 2 more miles. And I'm looking at this beautiful, beautiful hill right up here too. I'm car watching right now, just letting gravity pull me as I enjoy this. So the noise is getting a little tougher, so I gotta focus a little bit more. Yep, the city of Woodstock. So for anyone that's familiar with this road, as you can see, so it's really funny. Before I go, let me see. Yep, this brother right here, I need a bike like that. He's doing lifts and Uber on his bike. How you doing, sir? Yes. He does. That's Uber Eats that just passed me. I wish I had a bike. That's Uber Eats. But you know, happy Tuesday today. It is beautiful, gorgeous right here. Even with all the noise, everything is just immaculate. And I am really, really, really loving it. So I'm gonna say happy Tuesday. Let me finish. I'm almost at my destination, but I just wanted to come over here and enjoy just looking at different cars moving around and all the noises that goes along with it. And I'm gonna say happy Tuesday. Well. Let me slow down while I do this. I gotta stop this thing, but I just wanted to just see it. I just love seeing this. Let me slow down too. The wind is blowing. Beautiful weather. I'll probably end up with another 18 miles today. Beautiful weather. Cannot complain. I don't know how this wind is blowing. This is a miracle on itself because I have nothing to do with it, but this wind is absolutely blowing this beautiful energy in me. So this right here, this is what I call a miracle. Every day is a miracle in my eyes. So I'm going to say happy Tuesday again and one love.